it's impacted it tremendously. It's improved his self-esteem, it's improved his self-worth. It's had a very beneficial effect on him.
You know, he sports football and all that, so, you know, he has really interacted with everyone, and, you know, I think that helps, you know, and, you know, I think he was a bit nervous to start with, but once he got in and he started saying hello, and, you know, everyone said hello to him, and, you know, started chatting about various things, i.e. football, you know, he's done really well.
Does a very good job, keeps the place nice and clean and tidy, which obviously is quite key for us, certainly in the workshop from a health and safety point of view. So yeah, very pleased with his work, really. Fantastic job.
Everything. I like the people who help me and stuff. Very friendly driving cars. It
gives someone like Matthew a sense of purpose. It gives them an identity. If you think about when you actually meet someone, when people meet for the first time, one of the very first questions that they ask each other is, what do you do? We define ourselves by the job that we're involved with. And now Matthew can say, oh, I work for BMW, and he's very proud of that.
I clean the toilets, when I go in, get my bucket, get on with it, and then canteen, clean that, put the rubbish out and take the bins down in the parts, stock hot drinks and put the rubbish out. End of the day we put the boxes out.
Matt's come in and he helps us with all the little jobs that we find we can't do throughout the day. In the front of house, i.e. customers coming in, their first impressions and all that. They expect cups of tea, coffee, they need cups and all that, stacking and shelves and all that, etc. Matt's come in, he's done brilliant. You know, it was a slow process to start with, but with your help and all the team around, he's really come on, and he's, you know, with the help of little cards and all that, with the little jobs he's got to do, he reads them and gets on with the job.
You know, it's just a very useful pair of hands. Obviously the guys are very tied up with the work in the workshop, obviously working on the ramps, so their time is sort of key to us. So the little jobs, they may sound like little jobs, but obviously key to keeping the place running smoothly, and Matt fills in, does them jobs absolutely perfectly.
EmployAbility has been absolutely wonderful. First of all, EmployAbility worked with Matt to identify what he wanted from a job, and Matt had some very firm ideas about that. He loves cars and really wanted to be able to work with cars. So that was the first, most important criteria. There were others, and EmployAbility got all of those together and then went out with Matthew, starting to look for potential positions, and even went round to all sorts of different garages, cold calling, to see if they had any jobs that Matthew would be suitable for. And having finally found him a position in a garage, so he was absolutely over the moon. Then EmployAbility have worked with Matthew to help him learn the job, and then slowly withdraw so that Matthew does more and more on his own, until we're at a point now where I think he's pretty capable of doing the job himself.
Yes, it's actually been quite positive actually. One of our customers actually came in and was quite curious what was going on with Matt. We explained that obviously Matt had learning difficulties and all that, and that he was just doing little odd jobs for us around the dealership and all that, and she thought it was absolutely fantastic. At the end of the day, she mentioned that she had a child with learning difficulties, and that she belonged to a group, and that she was going to go back and sort of explain what we were doing, and it was a positive feedback. And at the end of the day, it's all good PR, for us.
Matthew now, rather than sort of hiding away in his bedroom on PlayStation, and effectively being a hermit, he is now much more part of the family. He is much more contributing towards family life. So yeah, it's been very positive. I would say that go ahead and do it, because certainly I found when I've gone to pick Matthew up from work that he is incredibly conscientious. He will be there, he won't finish at his prescribed time. He will keep going for another half hour or whatever until he's actually finished all of his jobs. So, the employers are actually getting a good deal.
So go for it. It might be only little jobs that you need doing and all that, but and it's a slow process to start with, with Matt, but he's got there. He's absolutely superb. I'll go for it.